Our next thing we're signing people up for now is our Workforce Youth Development Program. This is kids ages 12 to 24. When I say kids, youth are classified at ages 12 to 24 now.
Yeah.
So, this is another thing that I'll get into later on, why they should be freeing the men that caught they charge after the age of 18 because their brain wasn't fully developed to legally at the age of 24.
Absolutely.
So this is why we're classifying youth 12 to 24 and we praying that the courts adopt the same.
Yeah.
So we're doing 12 to 24 and we're training them to how to go. We don't just put them to work for them to become a failure. So this week we talk about meeting the people where they at because a lot of them don't know. So we're getting the kids together, we're teaching them resume writing, a proper email, because we see some of the emails these days, you'd be surprised. You know what I mean? Proper answer machine on your phone, so when you do get a job, they do contact you. You don't lose your opportunity by just listing the answer machine.
Yeah.
We're going ahead, we're giving them internships, different work development techniques, job ethics, how to dressing them, making sure they got transportation, the proper ID. We give them social security cards, birth certificates, state IDs. We setting them up. This is part of our youth development program that we're doing. Our PA FAC is launching into all the prisons. We no longer just doing SCI grades for the shutdown out of Phoenix. We're going into this county program. We're going into county prisons, federal prisons, state prisons. We're doing it through satellite and we're doing it through correspondence, and we physically going to try to get them into the prison for these children to reunite with their parents. And I say parents because we're no longer just doing fathers and children together, we're now doing parents because there's more women being incarcerated than there is men.
I grew up in the same neighborhood that Ricky Duncan grew up in. In fact, I watched Ricky grow up. I knew Ricky ever since he was a little boy. I know his mother very well, his father, and all of his family members.
Ricky Duncan, Executive Director for NOMO Foundation as well as PA FAC program. NOMO acronym stands for New Options, More Opportunities, PA FAC for fathers and children together. NOMO was designed to teach the kids and cultivate the youth and bring them off the streets.
When I saw the work that Ricky was doing in terms of his foundation, the NOMO Foundation, and the work that he was doing with children and the youth, which is very important, I was very proud of Ricky for that, and I wanted to be a part of that. So I reached out to Ricky.
What's up with y'all on that whole watch? What you got really got going on down there right now?
I know we in Manor right now.
Yeah, I know they down there. I mean, we have y'all stand what y'all learned so far now.
Chris haven't really been in there for that long. I was in there before I graduated, and now I'm back in there, but I only been back in there for like 2 weeks.
Oh, this your second time?
Yeah, second go.
So when you did it the first time, what was the subject matter that you're covering? Why did you not complete the first time?
No, I did. I graduated.
You graduated? So when you graduated, I'm a coordinator at Morals too.
Yeah.
Rolex. So when you graduated, you went through the whole thing. Will came in and did the job readiness and all that, job scripture and all that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you watched all the tapes and everything, right? Huh? Follow me?
Yeah.
So what's wrong right now? What's wrong with this picture right now? Why are we talking about? Why are we having this conversation? Let's see if you really follow. Why are we having this conversation? Because I was expecting, the thing is, I was expecting, like when he said, I thought you was a student. Because I expected young boys to come in here with a hat on inside the building, going to a job interview with their headphones on, book bag on.
Man.
I expected young boys to do that. No, hear me out. You going to a job interview, you going to an interview. I'm expecting young boys to do that. I ain't expecting not somebody that's going to be like junior mentors in my program, somebody the young boys is going to be there going to look up to. I'm not, it's somebody that's been through the guild program, which I know all the whole packet.
I'm in too.
You been, yeah, I ain't been through it, I teach it. I'm one of the coordinators with the ones, so at the end of the day, I know what we give y'all.
Hey Rick, hold up. Who did you speak to when you called?
I don't know.
He spoke with you.
All right, so this in the future, when you call somewhere, he's signing out?
Yeah, because he said he know he's not going to make any time.
But still, I don't care where you at in the future, you always get the person's name on the phone, all right, little bro? You say, hey, who is this I'm speaking with? Who did you call?
Who was
Yeah, so technically,
What's your name?
you're in the wrong. All right, so in the future, you call and you talk to somebody. All right, and then you say, yo, who is this I'm speaking with? All right, who did you call? So why you didn't raise your hand when I just asked you to call? Asked you to call. You asleep? How old are you? 14.
We do this program is because you gotta realize this, and they don't think you get shot at it now, but you are getting shot at it, though. You know what I mean? But the thing is, the reason why we do this program is because you gotta realize these 14-year-olds that we're gonna have in the program, 15, 16, some as young as 12 in the program, they look up to your brothers, man. Y'all ain't old heads. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? A lot of brothers be asking me, you know, can you get me a job? Can you plug me in? What you got going on? And it gives them hope, especially when we go back, step into the penitentiary, because we reach out, we go back into the penitentiary.
Yeah.
We've been to SCI Chester, SCI Cratersford, SCI Frackville. Man, a brother got caught in this crazy snowstorm, going back up there in a day called, at Frackville called Their Responsibility. Their Responsibility, yeah.
So let's do this here, brother, because I want you to introduce your boy here, Warren Big Snoop Upchurch.
My name is Warren Upchurch, Warren J. Upchurch. I'm a director mentor with the NOMO Foundation. I've been with NOMO since the beginning when Ricky started as executive director. You know, we have been doing a pretty good job with mentoring. You know, one-on-one, going to the schools, speaking to the youth, different speaking engagements over the city, and we actually been out in the communities. That's the part that I play a major part with, going out into communities, dealing with the youth, meeting them where they at.
So what I did was when I put youth in community engagement, Mothers United by Angels. Why do I partner with Mothers United by Angels? I partner with Mothers United by Angels because when I go into them schools, I see all them kids raise their hand when they say, who has been affected by homicide? But guess what? I raised my hand too because I was affected, but she's already doing the work. So why should I take my program and say, oh, I gotta add this to it so I can get me some more money. I gotta add it. Don't reinvent the wheel. Partner. Mothers United by Angels. Right there. Okay. Why would I gotta go out and find people to start a whole mentoring program? Well, I got Brother Sooley sitting here, Brother Big Snoop sitting here, already doing the work. Spread the love. If it is a bread, cut the cake. As soon as I step foot on this soil, man, that was to save our youth, man. The violence at an all-time high, we're here to put it to sleep. I'm here to put it to sleep, and whatever I can do to contribute to stopping it, I'm going to do it. I'm 25 and 8 with this. I don't do this to play, I do this for real. It's my real life job.
It's our job. I don't care if other men don't want to step up, but I know about me, Dewan, and Ricky. I know about Eric and Wawa and Angela, the people that work for this wonderful organization, Dr. Tom Reed, who gave us opportunity. And we carrying the flag of NOMO, of new options, more opportunities, and giving it to our children, and trying to save the babies. That's the most important factor. That's the objective. Save the babies. Save them how? Through education, through financial literacy, through life skills. That's how we save the babies. Changing the way they think, altering their perspective, showing them the ramifications of their actions. This is how we plan to save the babies. Give them something that no other community is offering, or at least no other black urban community is offering. We're offering them these things because they don't have the opportunity. The opportunity is what set our children up to fail, the lack of opportunity. So us here, who put our sweat and tears into this program, are going to bring those opportunities to our community.
How much stuff are we really going to be? We're going to be writing and taking notes, but...
And they're gonna do the computer. When Rich come and do the computers, they all need a place to put the he got little pods. He's gonna be teaching them how to do teaching them how to do programming and with that coding. He's doing coding and programming, so he's gonna need somewhere to put that stuff at.
Oh, Rich gonna do that?
Yeah, Rich doing that.
I too am an ex-offender. I was incarcerated back in 1984. I committed an armed robbery when I was 18 years old. And I was sentenced to 3.5 to 10 years for that offense. While I was incarcerated, I took advantage of the educational system that was offered inside the institution, and that's where I got my computer background from. I got a background in computer literacy, which I obtained while incarcerated. And Ricky and I were talking, and at that time, he needed someone to kind of help with the networking in the computer system that he has here running at the NOMO Foundation.
I am not trying to take anything home to my children. Thank you.
Listen, if it was
I would
up to
hate
me,
to
I
have to
wouldn't
call.
even be.
I would hate to have to call out sick.
behind you too.
I would hate to have to call out sick.
No, listen, we already had two of that. But first of all, I didn't want to pull the speed right now. I'm like, I got to have a day off.
I just highly contagious.
In
I'm
children's
gonna tell you
hospital.
this, if it's here, because it's here, that is so much more convenient for me because I could definitely I can explain it a little bit easier
And Friday, listen, and
than
Friday,
being on
Friday,
Delaware Avenue.
when y'all leaving, I can be here. So I'll be here as well.
Yeah, he was
Snoop
here.
was saying something about he wanted me to come with him.
Yeah,
Like,
you went to
to
the mentor department.
do the
We're
mentor.
gonna like basically stand in the mentor department with Snoop so
Right.
we can start. But what you gotta do is you need to get with Angie so she can make sure you got your wife. She gotta do it. Your background. You gotta have your child welfare clearance.
I wouldn't mind going to culinary school. And I'd be somebody's personal chef. Could you imagine my big self up in the kitchen looking all hard? Yeah, you want some eggs? Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Would you like a crepe, sir? You see what I'm saying? But that's to say that you could be anything, man. Anything. We gotta be accountable though. We gotta be accountable for ourselves. And stop making excuses. I made a lot of excuses for why I did all the bad things I did in my life as a child. And now, I'm looking at y'all, man. I want y'all to win, man. I want y'all to win.
What we do here is that we're an early initiative intervention program. We deal with youth ages K through 12 as well as youth 12 to 24 in our workforce development program. Our workforce development program, so we make sure that your child, the youth, is equipped to go into the workforce, not just into the workforce, but equipped to go into the workforce. What I mean by that is we make sure that they know how to write a proper resume. They know how to conduct themselves during an interview. They know how to conduct themselves when they're answering the phone, when they're sending an email, when they're on social media, which is the most gift and the curse thing that is out there. We also teach them how to work social media towards their benefit. You know, how to be an entrepreneur, not just a worker. Within that, we help them establish their own websites. We help them get an EIN number, LLC. We make sure that they are always in position to win.
Oh, who didn't call? Raise your hand if you did not call.
Who didn't call?
No, I text.
You text.
Yeah, he said I text him.
He don't count because he's not on the payroll. But in order to be here, let me let you know this flat out. The same rules apply to everybody.
Yeah, we don't care
if you
who
don't
your
come
dad
here
is.
on time, ain't no come when you want, you miss a day, even if you volunteer, you're done. Don't come back. Now, because listen, gentlemen, the program starts at maximum 4:30. So it's nothing personal. We got another program that's starting in July. It starts the second week of July when school is out. If you're not going to be able to get here at 4:30, you're not going to be in this program. It's not, you're not getting fired. It's nothing personal. It's that we have a set program that we run. And the way it runs is everybody at a certain time needs to be here. We can't hold up classes for a bus.
Y'all need pens? Y'all got pens in your book?
What happened was these gentlemen, they go to school out at MOTEC, which is in Allen. We're located in Southwest Philadelphia, so the problem that we're having is the traveling time. So our program normally starts at 4:30 where the guys are required and the ladies are required to come in and do homework. Stop right there, right here. Then you normally do homework and they're not having their homework time now and the program is going to be delayed because they don't have their paperwork nor their homework done. So we gave them a one-time opportunity to try to make it up here again. So on Wednesday to be here about 4:30, if they're able to be here, they'll be able to stay. If not, we'll be replacing them with people on the waiting list that is able to make it on time so they can benefit from the full program. All right. This is who we got staff for instructors and instruction. Besides the people coming in from the outside that's going to do that what they really have. Dr. Minnie, she's coming in 2 days out of the week to do strictly workforce development.
Never take a job just because they say they're gonna give you $15 an hour. $15 an hour for a job that you can't get to or that you don't enjoy doing when you get there. It's not gonna benefit you because you're not gonna stay there. We're gonna be working on getting resumes, even if you think you've never had a job, you have done something to develop a resume, okay? So it doesn't matter whether you took care of your brother and sister as a babysitter, whether you helped the grandma, it doesn't matter. If you've ever done anything to develop a resume, that'll help you get a job, okay? And so we're gonna be working on that process. And it's very important for you to understand that dealing with authority, excuse me, dealing with authority, how to respond to somebody in authority is the #1 key to staying on your job. And I'm just going to use this as an example. I'm your supervisor, and I say to you, I need you to take that kerosene can and put it on this stove. What's your response? No? What's your response?
And put it where?
Take the kerosene can and put it on the stove. What is your response?
Oh, this?
Not that. A kerosene can.
And put it on the stove.
And put it on the stove. And I'm your supervisor. What's the response?
I'm gonna listen to you.
What's your response?
No, I'm sorry.
We only got one person, one instructor coming in. I could pull a group of kids in here and be like, all right, tonight we're working on all of our assessments. We're working on career building and stuff like that. It can definitely work.
Career building?
Yeah, I know, like I can do all of this stuff.
But why you doing the case? You know, every single case management is gonna be a whole lot on the table.
It's gonna be a whole lot on the table, but that's a part of case management.
So let's say on Monday they did what I knew we could do is say Snoop is doing name up Snoop Brilliant there, right?
Brilliant.
Dr. Minnie's doing her regular thing over there on Monday.
And I can be meeting
The
with the
class
kids
is switched,
downstairs.
boom, and the class is switched. They ain't got the office right here, it's gonna be done
Or I
up.
can be meeting with them doing the assessments.
Doing
Cause I got
assessments.
one-on-one assessments with everybody.
Exactly.
Any drugs? No. Never. No. No alcohol? No. Weed? No. Edible? No. Y'all got the edible in there. What? I want to know. I don't know about edibles. Have you ever had sex? Yeah. You did? That's so funny, man. Why? I wasn't going to watch you, bro. Do you currently have a sex partner? Like, how often do you have sex? Oh, I had sex with her. And then what's in that? A month? A week? Couple months ago. Okay, couple months ago. Was it protected? Yeah. With what? You said with what? Right. Alright, well, some people use protection and things like birth control as protection. Sometimes that don't work. That doesn't always work. When you get protection, where did you get it from? Or where do you usually get it from? Like the store. Okay, you buy it? Okay. Okay. Relax.
So basically, a large part of this program is holding the kids accountable. And when we have youth participants who are in the program, they're in relationships or they're like merging relationships and we're in close proximity to each other. So me holding him accountable of his answers and his sexual history is very, very important because he's a senior, his girlfriend is a senior, and we definitely want the best for everybody going through the program. So if having sex is something that we need to discuss, then that's going to be something that we're discussing and making sure they're properly safeguarded every step of the way.
You never get more attention, you run from your business.
And one of the biggest things that you gotta look at is that the guys that come from the mud, the guys that come from that lifestyle, that make the decision, like he said, enough is enough.
Yeah.
Make the decision to change our lives. We need some support too when we come out here and we show you that we're about this life.
Yeah.
Because people can talk. A person can tell you who they are and all that, but their actions define who they are.
Yeah.
I mean, when you got a man that's dedicated You got a group of men, group of women that's dedicated to saving our babies. That's the most important thing, and that's a movement you should get behind because we got the plan. We got the plan to save Black America. We got it, and I'm going to be cocky enough to say it. We got the national plan to save Black America, to empower Black America, because we come solution-based. We ain't coming with hamburgers, hot dogs, just a good talk. We coming with giving you a job, giving with something that can sustain you, not minimum wage.
So when I think of the 5 stages of incorporating what you guys do, what is the first thing you will want to do for the young guys?
Treat the trauma, deal with them holistically, find out what's going with you at your home front. Why do you do what you do? Sit down and talk to them and get to know them, build a relationship, and see what they want to do and have that platform for them. Be available. If they want to get into anything, we got it. We got it, and we build connections. That's why we here. We build connections. We networking. Exactly. Meeting with you.
You know, that's our whole motto, the village approach. It takes a village. Period, point blank, bottom line. So it took the credibility of not only myself, not only the old heads who sat down and conjured up the thought of the program, it took a collective effort from the entire village. You know what I mean? So like a lot of us was leaders in our past life when we was in the streets. So going out to get people to sign up for a program to somebody like me is nothing. You know, the same way I was leading people to the hellfire, the same way I was leading people down a path of destruction, I decided to turn my leadership into something positive.
I mean, with me, I look at that analogy, and I said that with knowledge, with my knowledge and my education, brings about a great responsibility for me. And I am a superhero. Because if you actually look at the lives of all the superheroes, you'll see that the superheroes went through trauma. They went through traumatic experiences. All look at the traumatic situation they came out on top. You look at the villains. The villains were people that wanted attention. They wanted something else out of life. And they didn't get the attention they were seeking, so they became evil and started doing the things they did. But the superheroes with the traumatic experiences, they was affected with trauma at young ages. And I was affected with trauma at a young age. And I come out on top. I'm out here in the mission to save the babies, man. I want to save the babies and leave behind a great legacy. You know, even if I could just, plant the tree, as long as it grow, I don't have to enjoy the shade. But I know somebody's going to benefit from it. So that's how I look at it, and that's how I appreciate that my passion is within these walls.